What's going on, ladies and gents in Cyberland? Coming back to you with another game review. This time we are on Ghost of Tsushima. So first off, apologies for any of those who watched the playthroughs. I kept saying Tsushima at times and it's not. I should know better, especially being someone who took Japanese years ago. So it's Ghost of Tsushima, not Tsushima. So anyway, so this was a game that I had heard about for a long time, and of course I bought it. Shout out to my good friend Adrian. And Mike, I really talked to these guys about it the most, and I bought it. And I was eventually going to get around to playing it. It took a while, but I did play it, and it was a beautiful game. One of the things about it I can definitely say was it was just a beautiful game. Everything about it, the way the graphics intertwined with what you were doing, places that you would visit, definitely kept me entertained when I wasn't completing missions and discussing things with villagers and such. So the story is pretty much about a gentleman named Jin Saki, and he is working with his uncle, and at the beginning there's a huge battle, and unfortunately they lose real bad, and the Mongols, that's the enemy, they completely take over the whole country. They completely come in and just do a lot of atrocious shit, which is very common in wars, and you pretty much are systematically going through the country, and it's up to the person who's playing. You can completely take back the country little by little, or you can just kind of go through the story, and you don't have to do every little village. But I was like, nah, these bastards got to get up out of here. We got to get these motherfuckers out of here. And I went through every single area that was Mongol occupied, and I took it. I took the place back over and reoccupied it with the villagers and such. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Of course, the story is a lot more than just what I said. But for the most part, that's basically it in a nutshell. And as you continue through the game, you start to realize things are not what it seems with certain characters. I was actually surprised when it came to a couple missions, especially with a certain character with her whole family, her grandchildren, her whole family was slaughtered, and you come to find out that it wasn't the Mongols per se that were involved, and it was just really disturbing. That, out of all the side stories I did with characters, that was probably the most disturbing one, and the reasoning behind it, which I'm not going to say in this video. You got to play the game. I'm not going to spoil it. As far as gameplay, it was a learning curve for me. My good friend Mike said, yeah, it's kind of, you're going to have to take some time to work on your attack modes and stuff, which I did. At first it was really gung-ho to go in and fighting, and then I realized, like, you gotta take your time and don't be so quick to attack, let them attack you. And at first I was really getting killed a lot, but eventually I started getting the process. In regards to the attack modes, there's 4 of them. As you continue through the game, your sword stance, you can change them depending on who you're fighting, whether it's somebody with a sword, somebody with a sword and shield, somebody with a it's kind of like, I forget what that weapon is called, but it's pretty much like a stick with a sharp blade on the end, but I forget the name of that weapon. Forgive me. and that plays a factor in how to attack. And as you can see, when this spirit is attacking me, when they attack, when there's a blue, that's when you counter and block it and then do damage to them. If it's red, you just got to move out of the way. You can't just totally get yeah, see, I'm getting hit. And that's one of my, at the beginning, mostly for at least a couple hours, if not at least 10, depending on how much gameplay it was. I had to kind of learn that. And the other thing is, as you see in the corner, little yellow dots and stuff, as you progress, you get more of those. Those will allow you to do better attacks and stuff. And as you further progress through the game, this is where the Ghost of Tsushima comes out. You have this ability where you press L1 and R1, and it completely goes dark, and you do these abilities where you're like, you do 3 strikes, but they're very highly damaging, and it just, you move really fast across the screen and attack your enemies. The other thing is, it's not just swordplay. There's a lot of strategy with how to attack the enemy. You're given different type of weapons that you can purchase, upgrade, things like that. Like my favorite thing was throwing the knives. I loved doing that because it would stun them so badly that I just run up on them and slice the enemy. The other thing were the sticky bombs. I liked using those a lot. I didn't really use everything when it came to the weapons. There were certain things I used and certain things I didn't. Oh, yeah, so here, the standoff. I don't know if I did this one right or not. I think I did. No, I messed up. So standoffs I wasn't always the best at. It took a while to get them down. See, I just threw the blades. And I actually killed them. But yeah, see, you can see the big guys with the axes and stuff. You know, depending on what's going on. Oh yeah, the other thing is when the guys were on the ground, if they weren't dead, you could finish them off, kind of thing. You would have a lot of these too. Sometimes you're on the road and you come across villagers being attacked by the Mongols, and you just step in and rescue them. Sometimes you were able to do it, and sometimes you weren't able to do it. Just depends. But for the most part, you know, that was one of the things that was enjoyable. Of course, armor and stuff played a factor. Different armors had different things. There was a lot of but to increase like your sword strikes to where you can do your super moves. You have to find these bamboo places that you cut with your sword, and that would increase your your ability for attacking with your sword. There was also lakes where you increase your health. What else was there? The fox dens. The fox dens were just like, you would get these different scrolls and such, and you would just use those to you know, depending on what you want. I really didn't use a lot of the scrolls, to be honest with you. Once I had the ones that really I liked, and there's so many to name. I'm not gonna go through that. I'll just say I used a specific set, and I left it at that. Everything else after that just was like whatever. The other thing that was a huge factor was being quiet. You had to be quiet. See, here we go, Ghost of Tsushima. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. That's the Ghost of Tsushima attack. You'd have to have 3 bars to do it, and they would allow you to. You would be allowed to do it with 3 people. The other thing about that is when you properly attack somebody without getting hit, your yellow bars would go up, so that was really good. I like that. You had your own horse, you named your horse, and as long as you weren't trying to kill him, which was cool, you know, he would always come to you when you call for him no matter where you're at, so that was really good. Scenery, you know, It was just an amazing game. It just makes you really want to be a part of this era. It's just very beautiful. Of course, you could kill animals and utilize their meat or utilize their parts of the fur and stuff, because certain elements you would get from them, you would use that to buy more equipment. So, there's a lot of that going on. You could also change the colors of your equipment in regards to your suits and stuff. Some colors were cool, and some I was like, yeah, I'm not wearing that. I didn't like those colors. What else? I don't think the difficulty of the game. I played it on normal. See, there's a fox den. You would follow the fox. He'd take you to a shrine. Those weren't too difficult. Really, the difficulty of the game for where I played it at, the only parts that were probably an issue for me, were it was when you were battling the ghost, the dead warriors. There were 6 of them. A couple of them gave me a problem. I'm not gonna lie, like I was just perfect at it. But then the other ones, some of them I just was able to take out on the first or second try, and then some of them not so much. So as you can see, there's a shrine right there, and then you honor the shrine, and then you're given something depending on what it is. Oh, so yeah, that was the purpose of the shrines. It increases your charm power and stuff like that. But I didn't. Yeah, there we go. The charms. I only equipped a certain ones, and one of them I believe had to do with my health. I was just like, I'm not. Once I realized where I was, yeah, you could end up. I think you had you utilized all 6 slots. I think. It's been, you'd think you play this game. It's been a while since I played this game. And then you see all these things right there. I didn't look for everything. The bamboo strikes, that's what I was talking about. That increases your resolve, the yellow slots and stuff. I didn't look for everything in the game. At a certain point, I was just like, okay, I kind of felt like I was playing Assassin's Creed again. With that, I was like, I'm not gonna find all this stuff. I could, but I was just like, where I was at in the game, I just really wanted to be done. For those who are listening, if that's something you want to do, hey, knock yourself out. They're not hard to do. Nothing. The looking for abilities, like as you see right here, the stanzas and stuff, those come with time, and then you just level them up. Nothing was too bad to find. The other thing I will say is the creators really paid attention to detail with this. They did a great job with the stanzas and just how you fought and such. And the other thing about the game is too, you can either play the game in English or play it in Japanese. Me, just liking the fact of, it's very rare I come across a game where you can do that. I played it in Japanese. I loved it. And of course I had the subtitles on because, not going to fully understand everything. It's been so long. And, yeah, that was overall the thing. Oh, one other thing for those listening. If you are going to play this with the expansion, please play the expansion during the game. It's in the second arc. Because for me, playing the expansion after the game was really kind of like, I didn't feel it would. I didn't feel like it was necessary at that point, because I had already completed. I had already finished the game. The Mongols were defeated, and and Jin did what he did. So, just if you already had the expansion, play it during the second tier. Don't. It's a lot more fun when you do it that way, as opposed to going back and playing it way after the fact. So, and this was my favorite outfit. Truth be told, I really liked wearing these type of outfits. And just so you know, certain outfits will do certain things for you with regards to how you fight and how you're able to do your thing. My rating for the game is a 10 out of 10 yesers, as if I would give it anything else but that. I'm looking forward to seeing where they go next with this. If they are going to, there's been talks that there's going to be a third game. I'm sorry, the second game. However, is it going to be about Jin or is it going to be somebody else? I'm curious to see that. Hopefully, if Jin is not the main character, he's a secondary character, that would be fine with me. But it was an amazing experience. I'm very happy with what I did. I'm very happy with what I paid for, and I got my money's worth. And there's nothing that I felt could have been done better with this game. I think they moved on all cylinders and they got the job done. So with that being said, I will catch you guys on the next one. Ciao.